What's up? What's up, See That Geekers? It's your boy Glimmerlow coming to get another video. That's right. It is that time again. It's all the MCU or not video podcast where we talk about the latest and greatest Marvel news right here on the show. We're about an hour 57. We're about 57 minutes behind schedule. I apologize. A lot of interesting going on. But with that being said, we're going to get into the show. So we have a lot of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about D23 Expo with all the Marvel news, Thunderbolts, what we didn't get, Captain America, the leader, Echo, Born Again. Is it starting off or is it season 4? We're gonna get all that news right here on the show, so you guys want to make sure you actually stay tuned for a lot actually happening. We also have a special guest, several different special guests that are going to join the show for today as well, so you definitely want to make sure you stay tuned for the show. Stay locked, get excited, grab all your Marvel comics, your video games, all your questions. You can put them in the comments. We're gonna enjoy actually the show, so make sure you stay tuned for the show right now.
Complete nerve authority.
What's up, our people? That's right. This is Glenn Malone with one N because I'm the only one here with you today. I have my panelists today to talk about all this wonderful Marvel news that we're actually going to talk about. What happened, what didn't happen, and what could have happened, didn't happen, wasn't going to happen. You know it. We know it. We're going to still talk about it. But for further ado, to my right, your left, I got my main man. You know him the best, the Pod Guys Podcast. He does it every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central. Just search his name. What's up, Tony? What's happening, sir?
My new name is Spider-Punk 2024.
I don't even know what that means, but
I'm going to run for president.
I don't even know what that means. That sounds blasphemous, bro. I don't know what that means.
He's got the most spider income of any other Spider-Man.
Spider-Punk had the row of metal spikes in through his head with the Union Jack jacket.
Jean jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so you're Spider-Punk today. So other than that, how have you been, Tony?
Doing good. Keeping the dream alive one day at a time, of course, with the Pod Guys Podcast. Every Monday, doing some crazy stuff. Every week, interviewing people and, having a fun time, man. I'm dreaming the dream.
For all those fans out here that watch the show, guess what tomorrow is tomorrow for Tony? It's his birthday. Mm-hmm. So let's give Tony a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Hey. Anyways, Tony's gonna be 21 all over again. Kidding. I don't know how old.
I can't wait. Right? I can't wait.
I have no clue how old Tony's gonna be. Do I really want to know? Not really. But it's cool. Tony, would you like to tell the fans out there how old you're gonna be, Tony?
Old enough to know that you have to count the rings.
Oh wow, he says that he is your daddy no matter what you think. That's what
that means he's a
he is your grandpappy. I'm kidding. I'm playing. Anyways, so glad to hear, Tony. Man, I'm excited about your birthday, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like turning a whole nother year as long as you're developing yourself is a very positive thing, brother. Keep it up.
You know what? I tend to think of it as a lot of years on this beautiful blue marble that we have, just trying to share it with everybody, trying to get things off my chest, get things off my mind, telling it like it is. I mean, I have an opinion, you have an opinion, everybody has an opinion. Might as well share it.
Just like a butthole. Anyways,
I appreciate
somebody was going to say what? Somebody was going to say
everybody's got a butthole.
Absolutely. That's what everybody says. That is the saying that I grew up with. Everybody has excuses, just like it, butthole. Anyways,
no, but I appreciate everybody in my life accordingly, and I.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Appreciation for all of you. I
appreciate that, man. I should give you a hug digitally. Aww. Oh, there you go. To my bottom, to the bottom of Spider-Punk, aka Tony Cass, right? Bottom below his Scarlet Spider for life. Josh, who does a lot of extra panels with us, he's really appreciated. He's going to start getting into this gaming show. He just don't know it yet. But anyways, Josh, what's happening, sir? What's good?
Hey, what's going on, Glenn? It's been
man, look, got a lot of things we need to talk about, brother.
Yeah, been trying to keep up with it.
Oh my God, like this Like I'm excited, but I had anxiety. I'm like, where in the world do we start? Like, what's going on? Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll get it moving the best we can. But to his Josh's his left, my right, your left, whatever way you're looking at, JB World versus the World. He's back in action. He's been actually a hiatus, but he's hopefully actually he'll be consistent with us a little bit more. I'm excited for him. But hey, also too, make sure we try to make sure we throw out love and care. Part of this organization, throw them out, throw some love, care, and little prayers out there, so people can, overpower whatever they have going on, if you know what I mean. But JB, what's happening, brother? What's good?
What's going on, man? Shoot, we need to talk about She-Hulk because I know I missed the last couple ones, but I need to revise a couple of my good, bad, and uglies.
Oh snap! I'm glad he got. Listen, that was a great. He already know how to segue. That was an awesome segue, sir. But go ahead.
Also, football is back.
I don't care. I have 40, bro. I have 40 days. You know what happens in 40 days?
What's
you
that?
Tell you what happened in 40 days?
What
happens in 40 days is basketball comes back, okay? 40 days. All right? That is my countdown, okay? All the football that does for me right now is fantasy football, which I'm going to win this season. Anyways, we'll talk about that on the off side of this episode. But also, too, I do have a special guest that has not been here a while. I don't know if he's actually anyways, I don't even want to read his name, but I'm gonna let him come in and we're gonna move on to actually She-Hulk. But he called himself Mr. Controversial. I don't necessarily know he's controversial. But so everybody's excited about seeing him, man. I feel really bad. You know what I'm saying?
He got that championship hat on.
You see me every day. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever.
It's the return of the king.
What's good, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Return of the man. He's the same dude from the panel in Momo, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Actually, yeah. EJ Thomas back in the house. I was going to say Thompson, right? Yeah, EJ Thomas back in the house there, brother. See how actually that's the old me, right? When we used to have that problem. No, we don't have that problem. What's happening, EJ? What's good?
Chilling, man, chilling.
EJ's on the ones and twos.
Go Dogs.
He got that. Yeah, that's right. See, I am a Georgia fan since '97. Go Dogs, right?
In the morning.
But all right, cool. So JB, right? EJ, you want to say anything out there to the crew out there? You do a radio show. You want to tell them about your radio show?
All right, y'all, man. I haven't been with CNA for a while. I moved on to some other things on another side. So I do radio, hip hop, and party hosts and all this type of stuff out of my city, Columbus, Georgia. I'm currently based off of 420radio.com. You can find me. You can find me xsquadradio.com. Some college stations like University of Alabama. My show's called A Hot Seat, where I basically give out tough questions, man. Y'all know how I am, man. I do the same thing on the nerd side as I do here. I don't let nobody come through with no bullshit. And I've interviewed the mayor. I've interviewed different people in my city, and I make them answer the questions that people want to know. We don't just let them in. So we put them on a literal hot seat, make them answer the questions that everybody want to ask, whether it's your relationship, whether it's how you doing as a politician, whether it is why you decided to make your music if you ain't living the way that you living, all of that. And so that's what I do, man. But I missed all you guys, man, and I happened to be talking to Glenn a little bit earlier and was like, hey, man, bring me on today, man. I got some time, and I'm moving, and I'm speaking nothing. And I love y'all, man. I missed all of y'all.
So, does anybody else feel like EJ need to have some good old chicken wings with his hot seat? I don't know. That was just me, right? That was just me. Okay,
wings make everything better.
Wings make everything better. That's right. All right, all right. So we got a chance to get segued into She-Hulk. We are on an episode we didn't talk about last one. It was Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. But so we didn't get a chance to talk about that. So we're going to talk about episode 3 and 4. We know how we do it: the good, the bad, the ugly, right? So who wants to go first?
I'm gonna let JB take all the episodes right here.
Okay, so we're just doing the good for both of them, or just the one?
Both of them. We have not actually. We didn't get a chance to review last week's. So
okay, so episode 3, that was with. What happened?
Wong and Abomination.
Wonginess.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was about Abomination having to fight she let so Abomination, you know, they found out he escaped. Wong was the person that got him out. Wong was the person who the panelists said, you know, since you're the person that let Abomination out, that you are a prosecutor, like you're what do you call it, jail or a criminal now. Wong said, I got to go save the world. Talk to you later.
Oh, look at the time. I have to go.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right. I feel like that episode was like the turning point for me because I watched the first 2 episodes thinking this show was going to be somewhat serious. And it's like, okay, this is a very unserious show. Then it clicked for me and it recontextualized the whole thing. I love this show. And episode 3 was the turning point for me. So my good, yeah, I can say Meg Thee Stallion because Meg and Pete is fine as hell.
I will kill for you. Wait, slow down.
But the comedic timing, the comedy is just, I love it. I love that.
JB, I'm not gonna try to take you away. So JB, real quick, right? Tell me what's your ugly of that episode. Do you have anything?
Ugly.
And it was Blonsky. It was what to say that the title of the episode was The People versus Blonsky, right?
Yeah.
The Wrecking Crew.
Something
Wrecking Crew. That was the ugly. That was
honestly,
that was the best part.
That was
the Wrecking Crew. Oh yeah, they did have the Wrecking Crew in there.
Oh, see how you gotta go old because it was.
They ruined the Wrecking Crew. Ruined it.
Wait a second, that was supposed to be the Wrecking Crew.
That was the Wrecking Crew.
Oh, that's the ugly.
The Wrecking
He said that was ugly.
Yeah, the crowbar, the hard hat, the dude with the ball and chain, and then the hammer fist guy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No absorber man. No absorber man. No. Basically, they are a group of regular dudes who work construction who somehow got access to supposedly Asgardian weapons.
Wait, was that not, let me ask you, right? Was those not the same type of tools that was in Spider-Man Far From Home?
No.
Because remember, those are similar tools that were in there.
They give, but the whole explanation, well, the non-explanation and their power levels, those guys wreck shop with a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They fight Thor on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, no, their power level, no, that they were regular humans that, you know, she could just hit them one time and it goes out of their hand. Like, no, that's not how those guys are more powerful than that. No.
Yeah.
All right. So
what in the comics is actually the whole thing was the guy with the crowbar. He gets the crowbar from an Asgardian witch that accidentally imbues him with powers. So his crowbar is basically Thor's hammer.
Yes, of a top level Asgardian. So
yeah, he can beat any top level Asgardian.
So you have people like Thor who are of course that are up there, but all like they're at Warriors 3 level at the very least. You know what I mean? That's how
he can go toe to toe with Thor at some points.
Yeah,
but he imbues the other 3 guys with a portion of Crowbar's power.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they just have regular dudes with some weapons, like bro, no.
Yeah.
So that's JB's ugly. EJ, is that your only ugly from the episode, or do you have another one?
No, that's my ugly for episode 3.
Okay.
Ugly for episode 4.
Hold on. I'm gonna do 3 real quick. Josh, what's your ugly?
I mean, I guess I'd have to agree with them about the Wrecking Crew, like the way they presented them, but I just appreciate the fact that they were even in there.
Okay. All right. Tony?
Dollar Tree Wrecking Crew. Dollar Tree.
So the Wrecking Crew for you?
The only thing they're wrecking is dollar bills, y'all.
Okay, so for me, my ugly, I have to say was, I get the dating thing. She's single. I understand, but I think it's a little too much, right?
It's a little too much on the nose.
The
dating thing was episode 4.
That what? You're right. I'm sorry. So for me, you're right. For me, the one of the ugly parts for 3 was I didn't really have one for 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I thought, I didn't really have anything. You know, I didn't really recognize the Wrecking Crew, but to be quite frank with you, I didn't really have any ugly in that episode. It was all hilarious to me.
Man, that wrecking crew was horrible.
Yeah, so I don't have anything. All right, so Josh, do you have a bad for this episode?
Not particularly. I mean,
Okay.
the only thing that I felt was kind of bad was the parole board's reaction to Blonsky just turning into the abomination, because he even warned them beforehand that he was going to do it, and they still freaked out, and it wasn't as believable as I thought it should be.
And he's in an inhibitor tank.
Yeah.
How the hell did he
Alright.
transform it inside an inhibitor tank?
Well, does it inhibit his powers, or is it just to
Does.
contain
It
him?
should. It should inhibit everybody's powers that's inside the tank.
I don't think it inhibits anybody's powers.
So I thought there was more of a containment, as it's strong enough to contain him if he turns into.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What they mean.
Like, he can't punch his way out of it.
But they have him wear a collar.
Right.
Is he wearing a
So,
collar?
That was part of the probation.
Yeah.
See, that's when he's outside the tank, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But I'm just saying, why didn't they put it on him beforehand?
okay,
Why,
so
why
my
use that if he's got a
That's just
tank?
stupid.
so my bad is I don't like how they brought Adrian back to be a lawyer. Number one, okay. I mean, shout out to those Arrow friends that what was his
Chase.
Adrian Chase, right? They brought him back as lawyer. I'm like, he don't even look like his type of character, his type of demeanor doesn't even look like he could be like a good guy, right? I feel like they just wasted him in there. I think he should have been something else, but anyways.
He does like a douchebag, though.
And the kind of like the mini storyline of how you got Megan Thee Stallion. I like how Megan Thee Stallion looks, but
Yeah, I feel you.
but the fact of how you had to bring in a shapeshifter in there to bring her in there, I get the comedy part, I understand, but I think they could have. It could have been an easier way of bringing her in the fold without that type of story.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Feige is a genius, so I wonder how they.
You're thinking really hard, bro.
I did because I had to think I had to, right?
So you and Tony swap while I was gone? Or what's up?
Nah, I just didn't.
Oh, no,
I just
I'm
didn't like
feeling
that. I
the
think they could have been doing a little bit. I honestly, like I said, I still love the episode, but I just think they could have brought her in a little bit better, right? I'm just saying, like when I hear Adrian, I don't know, I can't remember what his name is in this one. I can find it, but when I hear him talk,
time in 3 episodes, JB, me and Glenn agree on this.
yeah. when I hear him talk, I'm like, man, I think you're just gonna do something evil in a minute. Like I'm just like, what are you gonna do? It makes me watch it to see what you're gonna do next. That's gonna be on a bad side, not a good side. I guess it's the way I took it. But anyways, EJ, what you thought about what was bad, bro? Even though Tony agrees with me, but I'm gonna go from you to him. What you thought was bad about the episode?
We talking about 3 still?
Yes, we're talking about 3.
But nothing but the Dollar Tree Wrecking Crew, like Tony said. That's it. I like him being a lawyer there because it does for the exact same reason. Now you're looking at him. It might be a red herring. Now you're paying attention to him, and you miss certain other things, so it makes it better on rewatch because you're watching for certain things.
Okay.
Or he could actually end up being a bad guy in particular later on or something with him knowing the information and seeing it. So I like that stuff. So, and what I really, really like about this episode was it didn't just focus on the whole I'm She-Hulk. It focused on
The world.
not just that, but it focused on the dichotomy of her and the issues that she's having where, okay, She-Hulk can help her reach places, but yet I feel like She-Hulk is taking over and now it's not me. Now it's just a persona. And that's the same thing that we have. We all have a duality in us where sometimes where, we have to be a certain way for certain people or whatever like that. And it kind of showed a commonality. Like with me, a lot of people don't know this nerd side of me. You know what I mean? So, and I can't always be that around everybody. But so I can identify with that. But then sometimes that part takes over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that She-Hulk persona is that part of her that's taking over right now, and it's overriding her as Jennifer Walters. She thought it was just going to be simple, So that duality that we have as people is part of that, and I like how they're moving in the way that they're doing with that.
And it's funny you say that. That's a feed into it going over season 4. But Tony, what was your bad?
Look, I have a couple bads. I'm also gonna.
Do I need to go JB first?
No. I'm gonna agree with DJ EJ and the red herrings. You know what? The thing about this particular show is that they open so many red herrings, but they never close a story. And I think that's the writing that they went with. And you know what, it kind of is what it is. I get it. The female lawyer that popped into the room. I don't remember what her name is, but I'm sure there's going to be stuff about her later. The gentleman lawyer who was also, you know, doing the shape-shifting thing, you know, will pop in later. There's only 6 episodes of She-Hulk to go along, and I don't think that they have enough storyline to actually contain everything that they're trying to red herring for a future episode. But I feel like every single one of these episodes that I've watched so far are very, very, very much alike. They're all alike. Her in a courtroom, trying to solve a case. End of story. Like the end. But then they try to put like these little mini stories in there, such as the Dollar Tree Wrecking Crew. You know, who are they? Who do they work for? Why are they trying to get her blood? I guess from like this whatever mangled up syringe thing that they had. It was just bad. It's so bad. I hate it with every inch of my being.
But see, that's the beauty of it, though. They're laying out all these different storylines that they may or
may not.
they may feed into in future series.
I don't know.
Because really, if you look at it, the Wrecking Crew is actually a group that has battled the Defenders. They've battled the Avengers.
They battled everybody. The
They've battled
Avengers,
everybody.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. They've actually worked for Baron Zemo at one point, so you know they might be working for Zemo, trying to get her blood. You
also,
don't
too,
know.
Tony, you got to take this into consideration, right? This whole thing is just a big old movie, right? Just broken into parts, right? So, you know, if you watch it together, all together, one, you know, the 3 hours or whatever it may be, all in one shot, binge watch on one shot, everything would probably make sense, right?
They probably will.
And so that's just how they're doing it, right? It's just a series based.
I get it, man. But we're 4 episodes in and 2 more to go.
I thought it was 9 episodes.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 9 episodes.
Oh, is it? I thought it was 6.
No, we're not even halfway through, bro.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Yeah, and you know they're laying out all these seeds, and really what I feel it is more world building than anything else.
Yes.
Even
other
with
shows, things are gonna pop from other shows from this, just like Loki,
Daredevil.
and knocked out different things for different shows. Just like that's really what all this is, anyway. Yeah. It's just material for other movies
into other projects, but
and some of it's not even segues into other projects. Some of it's like completing ideas that they've had in the past.
Yeah, I like the word slog fest for the whole situation. It's a slog fest. I feel like it's just very like wishy-washy. They start something, they don't finish, and then maybe it'll pop into something else.
Well, think about this.
I mean, maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it'll surprise me.
Can I have permission, Glenn? I need special permission. I need to put Tony on the hot seat for a minute.
I'm ready.
Go.
I'm ready. Sir? Please go for it.
Glenn, can I put Tony on the hot seat, please?
Ooh. All right, there we are. We are here.
How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing good.
All right, man. Look, I want to ask you a question.
I'm ready.
In 30 seconds or less, can you tell me what is your issue with this show in general?
Writing.
The writing. Okay. Can you expound a little bit on that?
I can. In every episode that has come out so far, I don't like the continuation of a story. So start story, continuation of story, end story. I think that they've only done 2 out of 3 in general of writing. They've started a story and they've had a continuation, but they haven't ended anything in particular. And I can tell you of 3 particular characters, Titania, She-Hulk in general, and Hulk as the third one, just because they only had him in the first 2 episodes, and then we'll probably bring him down back at the end.
Okay, so that's what's up. My response would be is that I think this is the model that they've been going with a lot of their stories, especially recently, even as far back as like Daredevil. Now,
Sure.
I didn't know you then,
Yep.
but I didn't hear some of these same critiques with Daredevil. Daredevil did a lot of that. They would bring a person in briefly, and they wouldn't exactly explain everything. Some they came back and explained, but others. So I just want to make sure that you're not one of those that don't like it because of SJW situations and stuff like that.
No, God,
please,
no.
man, please don't be that guy.
You know what? And there was a lot wrong with the Daredevil series as well. In the very beginning, very much the same situation happened where it was a continuation of story that never got finished.
But we gave them 3 seasons to be able to finally tie everything in.
Correct. That's correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll release you from the hot seat, sir. I wanted to make sure
I'm good now.
that you wasn't one of those guys, my guy. I had to make sure.
All right. So yeah, I could have told you Tony's not that guy, right?
Hey,
I was straight that out in the beginning.
No, I've been perfectly honest with every series that's come out. So
you that means you missing out on. You should go back and check a lot of the shows that Tony said was not. Yeah. Anyways, he gonna change his tune when the 9th episode come through. He's gonna change his tune real quick.
Maybe
he just really wants to.
So did he have an issue with the 5 different unresolved plots in Moon Knight? Really, it's like 25 of them.
Yeah, no, Tony did not like Moon Knight.
Okay, all right, let's get it. All right.
Tony didn't like Moon Knight at all.
There's a lot of issues with Moon Knight.
Even the Power Ranger scene, he didn't like that either. The Megazord scene, he didn't like that either.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Shout out to all those Power Ranger fans out there. But anyways, JB, what was your bad?
They're still not relevant, by the way.
What was your bad? What was your bad? I don't know, man. They about to start a whole nother universe, and they pulled all the extra Power Rangers.
Ranger stealing, no.
Yeah.
Don't make me break out the Morphers. Don't make me break out the Morphers.
He does have them. He does.
If I had a bad for Power Rangers, it'd be the fact that Tommy was playing the flute with a mouthpiece with a mouth guard over. How is he doing that?
It's a synthesizer.
Yeah,
it must be. He's got an auto tune in his mouthpiece.
Look, man, once he smacked Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger with the backhand, and he jumped in the Megazord and beat him out of it, we can't really say nothing about Tommy.
Man, how you gonna let this man come in your own house? Your own house. But let's take it back to She-Hulk for a second.
Which she is green too. Go ahead.
Now my bad for She-Hulk is that 3 episodes in, a similar issue I had with Miss Marvel. 3 episodes in, we don't have a direction. Are we just doing things, or is this supposed to be just I turn my mind off and just watch this for 9 weeks, or you building this up to you got a point?
Okay, wait. Okay, so let me ask you guys. Hold on. Let me ask you guys. So the show is self-proclaimed. The direction is understanding the life of Jennifer and She-Hulk. So I don't understand why you guys say that they have no direction.
They want high stakes
in the comics.
Every single thing.
There's always been a battle.
Has to come here and blow up everything every single time when it doesn't count.
There was always and I didn't read She-Hulk's comics, but talking with Josh, talking to other people actually in the comic world that actually did, and even probably talking to EJ, he probably read some of She-Hulk too. Is that in the comics itself, the storyline was always about Jennifer and trying to deal with her alter ego of She-Hulk and dealing with that in her storyline from beginning to end and which one she should be or who things are. And then you got the courtroom.
That was one full episode right there.
It's like the courtroom is his own, like the courtroom's like his own character, right? Because she in and out of the extra court. And I'm trying to figure out what you guys mean why there's no direction. I see that.
I just need to know.
She is a lawyer. She is a lawyer, and that's her thing.
We got 9 episodes. Yeah. You're 9 episodes and we're out here. Tell me beginning, tell me middle, tell me an end. That's it.
Okay, where are we going? I can tell you. Listen, I can tell you the beginning because that's what we're in, right? The beginning part is her transformation and becoming She-Hulk. That is what we're in, and she's dealing with that. So that is the beginning of what we're watching. What you're about to see is how she coped with that and how she's about to be probably more on the She-Hulk side because of all the. It's kind of like. It's kind of like this. You wasn't a famous, you wasn't good at football, or basketball, whatever you want to say. You weren't good at football. You worked on it. And then when you got to high school, you became the man. And so you're actually watching the story of how you became this man of the football team and the story you're living as the man, right? And that's pretty much what you're about to see.
Well, really, it's kind of like Captain America in a sense, because she was small and frail for a while, and suddenly she, just like that, she's super huge, got special powers, everybody loves her, and she's got to deal with that. But it's also messing with her personal life too, because
no.
And her professional life.
Here's a better analogy. This is the Michael Jordan story, right?
I mean, if you're gonna tell me a story like this, there has to be a big bad. And every Marvel property to that, there's been some sort of big bad. Even What If had a big bad. So I know they're gonna build me to something. So they did a little breadcrumbing here with the Wish Wrecking Crew. So whatever. But
AliExpress.
Right, just
they wayfared themselves a wrecking crew.
I mean,
just what are you building?
You had an inkling of the big bad with the wrecking crew.
We still don't know who the big bad is. We're only a third of the way through this series.
They're coming from somewhere, right? You had that. You had what's the name when she hit her in the courtroom, right?
Titanium.
You have her, right? So then you have some of the inklings of what's about to transpire because of those actions.
And Titanium is actually being called back at the end of episode 4.
Yeah,
so
but
Titanium is coming back.
But she obviously got whooped. So she's not a physical threat. So who are you building to?
But the question is, who is a physical threat to Hulk in general? Like
Abomination was.
No, he got his ass thrashed. He got his ass thrashed in
after he got pissed off. After he pissed him off more, sure.
Yeah, he got his so every step of the way, that's how he became Abomination. Blonsky got his ass thrashed every single time. Okay, so there's a story there. We just don't know. It's just slowly but surely unfolding, right?
Right, and normally it wouldn't be that much of an issue for me, but Marvel's kind of lost their goodwill with me in that department because we talked about it with Miss Marvel. There wasn't a big bad there. They fumbled it at the end. It was DOMDJ lady cop person who was wanting to shoot kids, whatever. It was her. And then in Moon Knight, it was Ethan Hawke, but they killed him and dealt with him like in a blackout. Like, I need that goodwill restored. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but I need them to do it and I need them to deliver.
Well, Ethan Hawke wasn't the big bad.
He's not.
The big bad was the alligator goddess.
True. And he was operating on her behalf.
Ethan Hawke was just a vehicle, and she only came in the very last part of it.
And even still, like after everything that we went through with Ethan Hawke, he was killed in a blackout and the threat was over. After everything we went through with him, after all the build up with him.
So JB, but you have to understand, we're watching series, right? Series don't really have that many big bads as we want them to be, like a climactic type of situation. Yeah. We don't really get that in TV series, And
these aren't your traditional TV series either. We're not looking at episodic storylines.
Correct.
We're looking at like an overarching storyline. And we really can't say whether or not it's all going to come together at the end until we actually watch it.
Okay, let me give you an example of an underwhelming bad guy. Okay, well, I think we can all agree with this. Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about what 1984.
Okay, so that's when you say an underwhelming bad guy, that's where cool. Even though I kind of didn't hate it as much as other people, but my point is on that is that's what I mean. If you're saying like, I know a lot of people want that climactic battle between like two opposing forces and stuff like that. You might get it, you might not. What if this bad guy is more of a thinker? Because he's already sending people after instead of doing it itself. It's not always going to be that Kingpin versus Daredevil, since we referenced that fight at the end, or Hulk versus one of his or Abominations. Might not always be like that. It could be a battle of the wits. She might have to use her smarts as Jennifer to end up winning that battle on that, and it might be a battle of brains versus brawn.
Yeah, because we've seen too many times a superhero fighting a villain that has identical powers. Because you have Captain America and the Red Skull. You had Iron Man and Ironmonger. You had who else? Thor and Loki.
Iron Man and and you had Whiplash too.
Yeah,
Basically every Marvel movie ever.
Iron Man and Whiplash.
Pretty much.
I guess the better
Now
question
look,
is when didn't have some
now
of
I
those
would
issues.
say, now check this
The
out.
Hulk and
right?
Abomination.
This is a theory, right? This is a theory. Is that the reason that somebody's trying to get her blood, is for Thunderbolt Ross to turn into Red Hulk, right?
Never
That's
gonna
an
happen.
idea.
So the Wrecking Crew might even be hired by Val.
Very correct, because they need to make their own type of Hulk.
What about this? Since they already have basically merged the timelines or the movies, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because when Hulk says we fought back in the day or whatever, I had issues with him. But he said it was a different version of me. You know the conversation between him and Jennifer.
Yeah, he never.
Okay,
he didn't actually say he was a different version of it. He just said
He
I was
said
letter.
it was different. I
The
was a
letter
different person
sounded
back
like
then.
Yeah, I
you
was
talking to
different.
somebody
Yeah.
else.
He was
always
that was an Easter egg.
yeah.
So-
that movie
so-
was always in the MCU. It was just a
All
different
right.
actor.
So now remember at the end of that movie, the leader ends up getting
Yeah, the blood leaking into his brain.
His brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what if it's something like that? The smart guy, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to get more access to that blood. You know, to
Leader
be
actually
able-
had Hulk blood in the show as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a sample of the blood because he was
Yeah.
doing
and it
research.
oozed down on him when the building blew up, whoever.
Yeah,
you know, all
and
that.
with Jen's blood being able to heal the Hulk's arm, maybe she can complete the process on the leader.
And
that's
controlling
correct.
and being able to control the better than the Hulk.
Right.
I mean,
it seems like so.
Yeah, and they have to do something about what the status of the leader is if that's going to be the case. Because what they did off screen was after he turned into the leader, Black Widow came in there and whooped his ass, and he was in a supermax.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, so give your good of the episode real quick. Anybody?
I'll go first. Megan Pete. Nah, but for real though, besides Megan Pete with her fine ass, it was just funny. It was just a very, very funny episode. I laughed way more than I probably should have. I've watched it multiple times. It was the first episode that I watched more than twice. I really enjoyed it.
Wow. Wow.
That's amazing, bro.
JJ,
I watched the
you're like
ending.
a brand new person. I don't like it.
I love it. I love it. I tell you, this is gonna be converters around here. EJ, what was your good of the episode?
4.
3.
3.
And then we're about to do 4. You gonna be able to
shit.
say your whole spiel for 4.
One piecing out on them boys. That was the best. He was like, they was like, hey, you just committed a crime. All right, holla at you.
Not
Boys,
shit
they
over.
got
It's
to
like,
go.
I must go.
He didn't answer nothing. He was just out. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a real G right there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't ask no question. He didn't want to know nothing. Nothing else we need to talk about. I did what you asked me to do, Shawty. I'm out.
And by the way,
if Wong gonna do anything, he gonna bounce.
by the way, I really like. I had an issue with Wong being Sorcerer Supreme, but him being in this show has really turned it around for me. I wouldn't see Doctor Strange doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Wong, how he does it in the comedy he has, it was a perfect plan to make him do it.
What you mean the irresponsible man who literally did a spell that caused the realities to rip? You can't see him doing this.
Not as funny as Wong do it though.
Oh,
Wong
okay,
does it
funny.
funny.
Oh, you mean funny? Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I mean
Yeah,
funny,
oh,
like
okay.
charismatic type situation.
He's not even funny. He just has great timing. And it's not even like ha 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 ha. It's just the presentation of it.
Correct.
Because he's a very serious character, and he's like, nope, I'm out.
So what's yours, Tony? What was your good episode?
Same thing. Wongers.
Josh?
My good of the episode was just the continuous world building in general. People complain about opening up storylines and opening up little threads here and there, but what that does to me is just expand the potential of this entire MCU universe. For example, one thing we hadn't talked about was the fact that the Asgardian elf that was moonlighting as Megan P, right?
Yeah, shapeshifter.
They called her a light elf. And if you notice back in Thor 3, was it Thor 2? No, Thor 2. The Dark Elves. Yeah, and 2. So you had the Dark Elves. Now you have the Light Elves. So they're expanding on more species within the MCU. So you don't just have Asgardians like regular Asgardians. You got
especially
elves and everything else. Oh
which
yeah,
is going to play a huge important part in the next coming movies and shows. And
yeah, and she's not like a physical shapeshifter like the Skrulls. She does stuff
magical.
like it's like
Magical
Loki.
shape.
Yeah, it's like Loki and Hela. I'm not Hela. What's her name? Frigga.
Yeah, Josh. Did they just tickle your fancy when they did all that, Josh?
Oh yeah.
They tickle your fancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So comment below. Let us know what your good, the bad, the ugly is on episode 3. Now we're just gonna go around the world and let them actually do their good, the bad, the ugly of episode 4, so we can move on to the other topics we have in hand. Because I was a little further than what we had talked about. So EJ, you go first. What was your good, the bad, the ugly of episode 4? When we are now in the dating and how She-Hulk has now officially banged the dude. Go ahead.
So I actually like the whole dating going through part, and I did. And the reason, and that is part of what some people have to go through. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're not single, maybe you can't identify with it. I'm not, but I remember those days, and I remember switching the profile and changing things and trying to sometimes pretend I was somebody else to try to, get some hits on that line and stuff like that. So I could identify it. It was easily something I could see myself doing. She's like, well, shit, motherfuckers fucking with the She-Hulk.
Well, she doesn't want to catfish anybody.
Hey, so let's go. As far as the sex part and all of that stuff and how, she had them and she was grabbing on them and all that. And I like to be a little more dominant in the bed myself. So, that ain't for me. But, hey, if somebody like that, that's for them.
So what was your ugly part of the episode?
It wasn't really an ugly part, man. I would say her friend get on my nerves a little bit. She's
her paralegal
the wrong way sometimes. Yeah, she So we all need that person in our lives sometimes that can kind of push us to do shit, but sometimes just shut the fuck up. Like sometimes
being a good wingman. She is a good wingman.
Sometimes you got to chill and let people make decisions on their own time. She keeps forcing her to do shit, and I know she's used as a plot device to facilitate, and I get it. But since I've been using real life scenarios, sometimes you need to shut up and just let people make their own decisions.
You have any bad?
Nah.
Have any good? So what's your best part of the episode?
We already did all that.
Okay. All right, yeah. JB.
Yes,
what
sir.
You got? What was your ugly part of the episode, sir?
All right, my ugly is how has it been this long and Wong not see The Sopranos? Like, dude.
Look, man.
I knew somebody would bring that up. Somebody gonna say something about that.
At the beginning of Doctor Strange, he didn't even know who Beyonce was.
How you not know?
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, Wong is out of the loop on a whole lot of stuff.
Like, he be on Beyonce's internet not knowing who she is.
Just like the ending where they talked about different drinks, where Marlene asked him about has he had different alcoholic drinks. So yeah, Juan is definitely out of the loop.
What was her name?
You caught what she said.
It was Gucci Scarlet Witch. That's who it was.
No.
I like that.
It was it Madison? It was Madison.
Madison,
yeah.
That's
Madison, yeah.
Madeline.
But the Y is not where it is.
No, I think it
The Y
is.
is not where it is. Right. They trolled that she gonna get her own series, and I was like, "What? No."
Oh yeah, her and Wong definitely gonna get like a Who's the Boss type show, or add somebody else and get Three's Company going.
That's funny. What was your bad, JB?
The bad is, and this is kind of nitpicky, is that 4 episodes in, outside of Jen, I don't know anybody else's name. Like none of these characters are interesting enough for me to like know what their name is. Like paralegal is paralegal in my mind. Lawyer narcissist dude is lawyer narcissist dude, and
lawyer number 2.
Yeah, like 4 episodes in out of 9, I don't know anybody. I don't have a reason to care about their whole existence. They're just kind of just there in a vacuum.
Yeah, they don't really say
good.
My good. Donnie Blaze. No, this episode was also funny.
No.
This episode was also kind of funny. I enjoyed.
Yeah, his name was Donnie Blaze, right?
Yeah, he said Donnie. He said Donnie. Yeah, I had to double check that too because I was like, I know damn well they did not put Johnny Blaze like this, but nah. Donnie Blaze. That whole thing was just kind of funny. And shout out to the old dude, the old black man. He's 103 years old. For real. The oldest actor in the MCU. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I think that I'm very much against shows where you have to unplug your brain to just enjoy it for a time. And I feel like this kind of bucks that trend because even though I don't know any characters' names, even though I don't know where the hell this plot is going, just turning my brain off for 30 minutes and just taking this in, I am having a ball with it.
You just have to entertain yourself, just enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm going to be mad as hell when it's over and they don't build nothing, but for right now.
Tony, I'm going to go with you last because you're going to have a long list, Tony. Josh, what was your ugly?
No.
I don't know. The ugly would probably be Donnie Blaze.
Donnie Blaze.
I can agree.
That whole
agree
thing
on that.
was just stupid. I mean, you have this like street level magician. This guy's like a Wish Chris Angel, and he's just got a sling ring because he spent like a week in Kamertage, right? But the thing is, if he can just just nonchalantly be opening portals anywhere he wants, that kind of asks the question, what's Spider-Man's friend's name?
I'm about to say we let Buddy do it.
Yeah, he's just opening portals in his free time too, probably.
Well, he forgot, so
he did. He forgot.
He forgot. He forgot that he was friends with Peter. I don't think he forgot everything else.
Well, he would have to.
But that would have came because of being
friends with
Peter's friend. Yeah,
right.
So that's how they're gonna explain all of that. Yeah.
And by the way, did you guys know that they got that he erased them knowing who Peter Parker was, but not Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
They still had that whole adventure in their memory with Spider-Man. It just didn't know it was Peter.
But to open up the split ring, he actively thought about Peter.
That doesn't negate the fact he still has the sling ring.
He doesn't have it.
What was your bad, Josh?
No.
Wait, that was my ugly, right?
Yep.
My bad was probably all the stereotypical dudes that she was speed dating through. Because you had one dude that was a pro wrestler, you got one guy that was completely disinterested for no reason.
Shout out to David Otunga, man.
Yeah.
Another guy as a specimen, you're a doctor or something.
Yeah, he called her a specimen.
Yeah.
First question is, how much can you deadlift?
A ton.
Yeah, a literal ton.
A literal ton.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed kind of in a jokey TV show. It seemed kind of cheesy to me, if that makes sense. It was just a little too much.
Gotcha.
Even more so than Donnie Blaze to me.
Good.
Donnie
Blaze. Good. What was your good, Josh?
My good was, again, the world building. Because, Donnie Blaze is sitting there messing with portals. He opens up a portal to a hell dimension where he's got, imps or demons coming out of it. And then, you notice Wong is able to make a portal to what looks like, and I'm kind of thinking that's Wundagore Mountain that he's throwing these imps back into. But at
that's
the same
what it looks
time,
like.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can see how Wong is, he knows how to do other stuff you haven't seen before. Like he was trying to create an orb in his hand earlier when Donnie Blaze was challenging him to a magic thing. Mm-hmm. And he even took the portal itself. He took the sparkler magic from the portal and turned it into a whip at one point. And he was just doing all kinds of stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely. All right, Donnie Blaze. What was your ugly?
Donnie Blaze, man. You know what? I have to agree with everybody here. Like they all pinpointed everything out that is that's just bad with the show, and not necessarily because of the writing in general. How can you come up with a episode all by itself about a cut rate magician who steals a sling ring, opens up his own stuff and does like a Vegas type show and build it behind the whole Karmatage thing. And I, not to say that the episode was just poorly, it was just poor for me, is an understatement for me, because I get where they're going with it. I get that they're trying to build character. I get that they're trying to, the whole Wong thing. It really, it was a little bit tough for me to swallow, because I like the Wong character. I do.
Okay.
I feel like what was her name?
Madison.
But not where the why's not where you think it is.
Total marketing ploy for this whole episode. And I get that they're trying to, like, not necessarily like troll the public, but I think that they did the same thing in Wanda with what's her name, the other witch, Agatha. I feel like they did the same thing in Loki, as far as all of the specific characters that they had in the shows, and it's all a marketing ploy for them. And I totally get it. Now, for this particular episode, I actually kind of liked it. In general, I think a slightly better than 1 through 3 for me. But I think it should have been called the Wong Show instead of She-Hulk.
Well, Matt Murdock's coming next week. I don't think we'll see Wong again.
Yeah, I mean, they had to bring Wong back for another episode just so they can call back to him, because they're calling back to Titania in the next episode.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I mean, they got the Matador, they got Bullman, they got a ton of characters that they're going to bring forward into the whole She-Hulk universe.
Now, I'm assuming that's going to be in Blonsky's new retreat that he makes.
Yeah.
Because he was going to have this whole, yoga teacher type deal.
Oh yeah, and I see the vision for episodes ahead. But I think I'm with JB. You're building a character one episode after the other, and not necessarily coming to a crescendo, and you're already halfway through your episodes. I mean, each one of the previous shows, your Moon Knight, your Captain America, your WandaVision, at least you knew what was going on halfway through all the episodes, and we're up to four episodes now. I mean, it's not necessarily a walk in the park,
Right. So what was your bad? I'm assuming that was your bad too. What was your good?
Good. The good was
Donnie Blaze.
No,
Donnie
well,
Blaze.
My good was Wong.
Yeah, Wong was pretty much the star of the episode.
Yeah. I mean, you guys hit it on the head as far as the dating thing. Okay, I get the whole persona of She-Hulk is to hit the dating scene, to hit the single scene. I think it was not necessarily too aggressive, but I mean, that was her character. That's her character. So
can we be real about something right now?
Shoot.
Y'all knows She-Hulk in the comics, because for comics guys, she was nothing but a hoe in the majority.
She was.
Oh yeah. She slept with like
fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Like she be fucking. So I'm just when
I mean, she even got some hot coffee. Yeah, she got some coffee with Power Man.
Exactly.
She got what?
Hercules. She was hitting him on the regular.
Juggernaut.
Her and Juggernaut had a long time relationship.
Are you serious?
Wolverine turned her down.
Hold on, Juggernaut had a one-off.
All these superpowers.
She was embarrassed over it.
No, she slept with Juggernaut more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Juggernaut more than one time.
Are you serious?
She slept with Hercules. She was in a relationship with Star Fox for years, although she ended up suing him because she felt that she was using his powers when they found out how his powers really worked. That was basically, it was like the Me Too movement shit. And then she had to change her mind at the last second so this motherfucker wouldn't go to jail. Because she basically hit him with you basically been raping me the whole time. Is our relationship really real, or was you just making me have sex with you?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot. But anyway, but besides that, she's hit all sorts of aliens and shit, dudes that was coming down from other planets and shit. And she was like, I mean, she been with
Iron Man.
Didn't Tony hit?
And there's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that. As Iron Man been knocking down chicks forever. You know what I'm saying?
Star Fox.
So
she was messing with Star Fox.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But she hit him with the Me Too. She hit him with the Me Too. Talking about using his powers to.
All right, so they have a top 10 list of all the people that She-Hulk had slept with. Number 10, Star Fox. Number 9, John Jameson III.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Number 8, Clay Quarterman.
Number
7, Luke Cage, Power Man.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Clay Quarterman was a shield
Hercules.
agent.
Number 6, Hercules. Number 7, Richard Rory.
Oh wow.
Who was in Man Thing. I'm sorry, Man Thing.
Yeah. Okay.
The Zapper, Daniel Zapper Ridge.
Okay.
Number 3 is Iron Man, who she had slept with for a while. Wyatt Wingfoot.
That sounds very familiar.
He was just a regular
he's a supporting character from Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Was he like a pilot or something like that?
He was
Johnny Storm's roommate.
Roommate of Johnny Storm. So
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
And of course, number 1, the Juggernaut.
Okay.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. You know what he
And I got a bitch right here.
You know who I am.
You can't harm me as long as I'm wearing these Jamaican colors.
All right. So,
Hey, Marco.
I didn't really have, like I said, the only thing was actually the dating thing with me ugly. The bad part for me was, I don't really know I actually had any actually bad thinking about the whole entire extra episode itself. Everything around the drunk girl was kind of like, I get it, you know, could have been a little more, but other than that, overall to me the episode was really good, right?
Who kids crying in the background?
That's mine. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you had to rate the show, EJ, on both, 3 and 4, what would you rate them between 10?
3 I give a 8.7. 4 I give 7.9.
Josh?
7 for 3 and 8 for 4.
JB?
I give number 3 8 and number 4 a 7.5.
All right. As Tony comes back, we'll ask him in there, but I gave the 3 an 8, the 4 actually 3 8.5, 4 is probably an 8 for me, right? But comment below, let us know what you thought about them. Love actually know your thoughts. So it's good, the bad, and the ugly. Love to know that. All right, so let's quickly actually move into this other part real quick. I know we got a lot of things we need to cover on D23, but because we spent so much time with the episode of She-Hulk, we're kind of going to rush through this, but we're going to dig a little deeper into it next week. And so I just actually want to make sure that we're on the same place. So there was a lot actually going on at D23 for the Expo, D23 Expo. If you don't know, they do it in Anaheim, California. And they get a chance to show off different sections. They did Lucasfilms, they did Universal, and they did Marvel, right? So we're a Marvel show, so we're going to talk about Marvel. And with that, I have a 5-minute video that we're going to watch that's going to break down everything they actually talked about. So we kind of break down a little bit, hit a little highlight moment, keep it going from there. So let's check it out.
Hello, Marvelites! Oh my goodness! Marvel Studios delivered here at D23 Expo 2022, bringing tons of sneak peeks, reveals, surprises, and so much more, talking about what's coming next in Phase 4, Phase 5, and beyond for the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney Plus and in theaters. Yo, I was so excited. There was so much on stage, so much to see.
And we're going to start with perhaps the biggest thing we've ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-writer and director of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ryan Coogler.
Before you bring out some special guests, we just want to shout out our king. Chadwick Boseman was made a Disney legend.
Yes.
The amazing Princess Shuri, daughter of Ramonda. Letitia Wright. Playing the incredible Lord M'Baku of the Jabari tribe, Winston Duke, for the first time bringing Namor the Submariner to screen, Tenoch Huerta, and last but not least, the incredible Queen Ramonda, Angela Bassett.
This is like the calm before the amazing storm.
You know, when you go to a new country, in a new culture, in a new industry for me, and be embraced and behold, and you know, all these people, all this love, and all this compromise to make the best movie ever.
Oh, we are back. We are back.
And I'm excited for my bro to look down on us and smile. So I can't wait to see you guys on November 11th.
But then we got to Ironheart, her series.
All right, so let's actually break this down real quick, right? That's pretty much everything. The only thing that's actually changed when it comes to this is supposedly there's some actual information that they officially made Shuri the announcement of Black Panther. And so what do you guys think? Like, you guys have anything you want to add to all this stuff that's going on with Wakanda Forever? I know we talked about it before, so I don't really want to spend a lot of time, but I want to give them some time. Big shout out to actually them. What's the name? Won an ESPY. Was it an ESPY not award, or it was something award that Chadwick Boseman won for his voice acting in What If, right?
You want an Emmy?
Yes, for his voice. Big shout out to that. So, anybody want to add anything? Josh, you want to add anything?
No, not really.
Nope. JB.
Not really. Shuri was no surprise to be Black Panther, so just go ahead and say it, get out the way. That's
right.
It.
Exactly. EJ. Tony.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, people have actually they've done analysis of the Black Panther trailer and doing thigh to hip ratio sizes, trying to prove that Shuri was the one in the suit at the end of the trailer and stuff. It's just crazy.
Guess what? People have too much time on their hands.
They do.
Filthy casuals.
Yeah, it's way too much time on their hands. Way too much time on their hands.
And the reveal that Anthony Ramos is playing Parker Robbins the Hood. Woo!
Mr. Anthony Ramos.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see magic and technology go up against one another in this show.
All right, so phase.
So apparently, did I miss anything? Did we just see Ryan Coogler is going to be the director of Ironheart? Is that what we're seeing here?
I think so.
I didn't know that. Did anybody else know that?
No idea.
That's a new one. So what do you guys think about the Hood coming to? And we talked about some of that too, right? Does anybody have anything you want to add based on the Hood being part of Ironheart where you do the Magic versus Hood? EJ, you didn't get a chance to talk about that. What's your thoughts?
So my favorite comic book with the Hood is one when it was Secret Avengers, and when he shoots Wolverine's dick off. That's probably my favorite one.
What?
Yeah, he literally, they get into a fight at in a bar, and he shoots Wolverine's dick off. He literally just
Does it grow back, or does it like?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to grow back. Everything else grows back. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite thing. And he's not that powerful in the comics. It's mostly, intangibility kind of stuff through magical means. But he just uses regular weapons. But maybe they're gonna spice him up or something like that. And plus, she's a newer hero, so you can't give her somebody too powerful. And there will be a juxtaposition between magic and technology. So this will be a different type of fight because we were just complaining about all the Marvel fights are the same type of power. So this will give different powers.
Yep.
Maybe they'll give him the magical what was that? The magical gun that they used in Iron Fist too.
Well, actually, he's supposed to have that from the comics because the way his powers work is basically he's kind of like a drop. Well, in the MCU, they're probably going to make him like a dropout from Camartage or something like that, just like Donnie Blaze was, right?
Donnie Blaze.
Donnie Blaze. But in the comics, his powers consist of having magical abilities through making deals with demons, and he has these guns that he can focus his magic through in order to shoot things. Which he doesn't really need the guns; he can make finger guns and make stuff explode.
Right.
But a big thing that I think is pretty cool is that in the comics, he actually has mystical enchanted items that he uses, like the vaulting boots of Valtor, that we saw from
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah.
And he's got like different mystical items that he might have lifted from the time that he could have spent in Kamartaj.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything else? Nope.
Move on, brother.
All right. Oh, by the way, comment below what you thought about Wakanda Forever. What you think about Ironheart? Brian Coogler being the director or executive producer, one or the other of Ironheart. That's actually really cool.
Shout out to the Aztecs versus the Africans. Shout out.
Right. Exactly.
5 kicks off with Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The cast was there. They were having fun. They were joking. Then we got to see footage in the room. Y'all, it was funny, and then it got real serious.
Say hello to Mr. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly,
Woo.
and Kang himself, Jonathan Majors.
The first couple movies are so near and dear to my heart as they are to Evangeline's. And I was so excited to get ready to start this thing. This thing is bananas.
Marvel Studios' Werewolf by Night is coming super soon.
Okay, so is anybody else, by the way, anybody else excited about Morris playing Kang? Like, there's many different. There's
Jonathan
so
Majors,
many. Jonathan Majors, yeah, sorry. There is so many different characters in the Marvel universe, but this is the one particular guy that I really want to see how well things actually work out. So I don't know. But anybody want to add? We talked about Ant-Man, Quantumania. EJ, you want to add anything? Because we have not heard your thoughts or anything like that on Quantumania.
Ant-Man 1 and 2 suck. I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. So I'm
no, that is wrong. That's on my top 5, bro. I can't lie to you.
Sir, you're gonna let me finish my statement. Then you can say whatever the hell you want to. I understand it's your show, sir. I got it. However, you're just asking for me to say something.
Preach, EJ the DJ. Preach.
So, Ant-Man 1 and 2 is garbage as hell and overrated. They did the same thing. They did the same thing over in 2. If I wanted to watch 1 again, I would just put 1 again and get anyway. And the villain, garbage from both of them. Both garbage ass villains. The Ghost is even worse than the goddamn Bumblebee Yellow Jacket nigga. But anyway, okay, so all right. 3, there'll actually be some high level stakes. And I'm looking forward to see Jonathan Majors, but I actually want to see him more in Creed 3 though. But anyway, because that's what I'm ready for him in before that. But that's all.
Heard that.
Anybody else want to add anything else other than that?
Ant-Man sucks. The fucking movies are horrible, bro.
It is not horrible.
So
It's not horrible. One is off.
I would like to say something and not choose violence in the process. I enjoyed the first Ant-Man.
Thank you.
But more importantly, I enjoy Jonathan Majors as an actor.
You're gonna have to have another one-on-one conversation.
I think that Jonathan Majors is one of the biggest gets in the MCU because he, as an actor, not only is a star rising, he has just a lot of range. And I'm curious to see if Marvel's going to take advantage of that range. And we got a piece of that. We got a glimpse of that in Loki. But I just want to see how they handle him. So anything that he's going to do, I'm going to be there.
Shout out to him playing. What was that show that we actually did a review on, EJ? It came on
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country.
That to me was
one of the most slept on shows.
Right.
Ever.
That to me showed his
acting
acting chops
I'm not going to get
very
into
well.
the reasons why here, but we all know why that show was canceled. There's some bullshit. I love everybody, but there's some. You know what? It's not my show. Shut up.
Go ahead. You want to add anything, Tony?
Preach on.
Anyways, Iron less than 3.
Turn your head to the right.
What? It still says less than 3. Isn't that a less than symbol?
Turn your head to the right and look at it.
Ironheart.
Oh.
Oh.
I like it. I like it, Josh. I see what you text people.
It's technically
yes,
iron
more
boob.
is code.
Iron
All right.
boob. Okay.
You have anything else you want to add there, Josh?
Yeah, I'm gonna add.
How y'all keep changing your names, yo?
I'm gonna add a couple of these dashes right here.
There you
That's
go.
a penis.
Now we see
That's a
iron
penis. He's the iron penis.
Yeah, let me just fix.
He got smaller.
Go the other way.
That's the manga version.
It rises and it falls all at the same time. You have anything else you want to add there, Josh?
No, I'm just excited to see what kind of power set Kang is actually going to have in this movie and how it relates to, how it's going to clash with Ant-Man and his power set, because Ant-Man is pretty powerful in his own right, to a certain extent, but he doesn't have like god level powers. He doesn't have blasters that come out of his hands and stuff like that. So
he should.
Yeah, he can get big, get small, and smash things.
He should literally carry enough of that shit to shrink anything at any point in time that ever comes up against him, and just it's in the fight. So send him to the cancer.
The shrinking ninja stars is like his main weapon. So we'll see.
I'd have bombs of that shit. I'd have shit, man. You know what? I have so much of that stuff on me, man.
Yeah,
nobody can mess with me. Oh, Hulk comes up. Okay, go to the Cancerverse.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to be. I feel like he's just going to be running away most of the time. Shrinking down into the microverse to go through time and all that kind of stuff. So
I kind of feel like it's a good idea that EJ don't got this stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he been a dangerous guy. All right, moving on. Let's finish up this. What else actually going on with this?
The crowd in there got a taste of it. The trailer was incredible.
We are bringing to Disney Plus our very first holiday special. It's a Halloween special called Werewolf by Night. Please welcome the director, Michael Giacchino.
One of the first things you really need is a great cast, right? So please welcome to the stage the incredible Gael Garcia Barnell and Laura Donnelly.
Really excited to be here. Muchísimas gracias también para toda la banda latina que está por aquí también.
We saw it for the first time yesterday, and I am so excited for you guys to see it.
The crowd went nuts when Don Cheadle came on the stage. Obviously.
Okay, so speaking about that, right? That because I know I don't know if anybody got a chance to see that, right? But there is a trailer for that I haven't watched.
I haven't seen it either.
Hold on.
And I know very little about Werewolf by Night.
Midnight Suns, baby. Midnight Suns.
I'm here for it.
If they bring the Midnight Suns on that'll be the hypest project that I will ever do. I will do as many reviews as you want to on the Midnight Suns as you want. You call me.
Yeah, but they're coming out with that toilet video game of Midnight Suns, and that's
the video game looks kind of trash.
Yeah, that's different.
And we'll talk about that later on, because that's not today. We'll probably talk about it next week. But there is a couple different details about that. All right, so this is the trailer for
Werewolf by Night.
Marvel Studios presents special presentation Werewolf by Night. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's actually all about. There you go. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Oh, wrong thing. My bad. That's the wrong one too. Looking at the wrong videos. Here we go. Sorry.
Oh, that's nice.
Halloween. You can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Ooh.
It is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
But is masquerading as one of our own. I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are. You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you!
This movie really gonna be black and white?
Werewolf by night.
So many questions.
Okay. So
that was a trailer.
Yeah, the majority of the people were there.
And there it is. That was a trailer.
Yeah, most of the people that were in that look like Asgardians to me.
So, all right, go ahead, Josh. As you talk, like, what did you think about? I'm confused. Number one, so
I need to watch it again in my own time and just kind of break it down because, like I said, it kind of looks like they're starting off with like a Vincent Price House on Haunted Hill type thing where you got a bunch of people in a mansion trying to find out who, I guess, Werewolf by Night is or who the killer is, that they're hunting. And a lot of these people look like they're not exactly human. They almost look super powered. Almost like they're Asgardian.
Supernatural powered, actually.
Yeah, they might be,
Actually, the
witches.
main female character has fangs.
Okay. Yeah.
So other than her, it looks like they're carrying on like My Wayward Sons.
There'll be peace when you get done. But
lay where we heads to rest.
But when you start seeing all the action going down, like it's weird because I want to say that there's a bunch of TVA agents that are fighting against somebody. They look like the guys in the SWAT suits and everything because they got these like light up batons that are like the little eraser things that they had.
Right. Yeah, I guess I was so distracted by it being black and white. I didn't even see that. You want to add anything else, Josh?
No, it's just like the main lady that's I guess supposed to be the main character. At first glance, I almost thought that was Jessica Jones, but then I took a closer look and I'm like, nah, that's not quite right.
Did you like it, Josh? Are you going to watch it?
I am interested. I do want to watch it. Now, the question is it going to be a series or is it like a one-time little short movie?
It looked like I'm hoping that's a movie. I hope it's only 30 minutes, but that looked like a movie to me. JB?
There was a trailer with a beginning and a middle and an end. There was a lots of things in it, and it's gonna tell a story. Yeah.
Are you excited about it, JB?
No, not really.
Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I feel like I'm obligated to at this point.
EJ, what you think about Werewolf by Night trailer? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
Oh, not fit. Well, I'm glad you figured out to change your name there, sir. Okay.
That film noir.
That noir shit? No, look, man, no. Okay, look, I get it. It's supposed to be the character is supposed to be based in like 1940s kind of time frame, all right? I don't want to hear that bullshit. Okay, you changed so much stuff. Black and white, no. With the technology we have now, this would have been a perfect werewolf type movie to do. American Werewolf in Paris kind of type, but better situation.
I enjoy it,
I do not want to see Creature from the Black Lagoon, that type of horror. I want that. I don't enjoy that type of horror whatsoever. I am a fan of Werewolf by Night, and I'm a fan of the Midnight Suns, the team that he's been on. And I'm a fan of anti-hero characters because this motherfucker is not a hero at all. He's got a lot of bodies. And no, to me, this is a bastardization of it. And it's just, I'm going to watch because I have to watch so I can have knowledge on it. But I'm not going to be happy right now. I'm not. No. I'm going to shut up.
Tony?
This is the only thing that you need to read right here.
Halloween Clue. Very true. I'm with you on that, Tony.
It's Halloween Clue. It's a whodunit in black and white. Who knows what's going on? The the trailer has no direction. It's got a bunch of people in it. It's got a starting and an end, and maybe we'll see more later. But as of right now, I mean,
So my thing is that I'm hoping this trailer doesn't signify how this movie's going to be. But if it is, I'm not gonna like it. I don't like that nor. I don't like the how they shot the movie with it black and white. I'm not really a black and white type fan. Never was, never really going to, right?
The 40+ genre.
I didn't even like monsters in black and white, okay? But little Three Stooges, I was okay with that, right? But there was only so many things I can watch in. There's so many different things I can watch in black and white, and a horror movie's not one of those. So I'm hoping this movie's only 30, 45 minutes, and that's it, right? I don't need no more, no less.
I'm with EJ. Damn it. Change my name for this shit.
Well, I mean, it's not really noir because noir is crime dramas. You know, this is more like the old school Universal monsters from the 40s, like the Mummy, Frankenstein, stuff like that, Dracula.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
And I mean, that's the origination of it too. Like even before he actually was in the what the heck was that? It wasn't even before he was in Midnight Suns. He was in with something else.
What was it called? The Legion of Monsters.
Legion of Monsters. That's what it was.
The change has
They
name.
were all the classic noir monsters, such as like Frankenstein, a Man Thing, and more. Yeah, like
Nakantu, the Living Mummy, the Manphibian.
Yeah, this
The
would be a
name
great
has
time.
changed again.
This would be a great time to put in that Whack Morbius movie in this thing. Anyways, all right. So let's let's move on to the rest of the.
By the way,
announcement.
just released itself out on a Netflix.
It did. And my son actually watched it. I was like, dude, I don't know why. Anyways,
I've watched Morbius 5 times.
Netflix took it for $1.
Yeah, we'll see.
When Don Cheadle came on the stage, obviously Rhodey, everybody loves him, but he came with not one but 2 projects, showing off a little bit of Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion, and then giving a little tease, a little taste of Marvel Studios' Armor Wars.
One of the original members of the MCU, one of the finest actors in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Don Cheadle. Now we're going to talk about 2 shows today, and the first one is called Secret Invasion.
It's great to have Nick Fury. Yes, we can clap for Nick Fury. Sam Jackson get to really be the tour de force that he is and take on his own storyline, and us really get to dig deep into who this character is.
You want to talk about people losing their minds? Yeah, it happened when the cast of Marvel Studios' Loki Season 2 came on stage. Tom Hiddleston, that man knows how to command a room.
All right, so first of all, let's talk about when they talked about Armor Wars is still coming. Number one, because I know there was a debate with a lot of people. Number 2, first of all, what do you guys think about Armor Wars still coming? And it's not coming till supposedly 20.
You should play the trailer for Secret Wars.
I'm getting it. That's why I want to talk
Yeah,
about
we're
this.
not
Why I
on
get the
Armor
rest of
Wars.
it. So
Armor
I'm
Wars
kind of
is
working on the
Secret
background at
Wars.
the same time.
That's all right. That's all right. Go for it.
Ben be
So go ahead.
multitasking, man. I respect it.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I need somebody to work the background for me. Anyway, so what do you
If
think?
you could only see what's on the screen right now.
I know.
What do you think, JB, about they actually giving us Armor Wars still? What do you think?
I mean, good. Give me more black people on my screen.
All right. Okay. What about you, Josh?
I've always been a fan of the Armor Wars series when they had it on in the comics and stuff like that. I really want to see how they're going to take the distribution of Tony's tech into other countries and other people's hands and see what they do with it, because you're going to have people like for example in Iron Man 3 you had Whiplash, which was a combination of Whiplash and Crimson Dynamo. Two. So you had Whiplash and Crimson Dynamo, and Crimson Dynamo was a big part of the Armor Wars, along with Titanium Man and what is his name, the Mauler, and Stilt Man, who is the guy that actually built
Guardian.
Yeah, Guardian. The Guardian. But Stiltman was actually the guy that built Daredevil's suit in the TV show.
Oh, even Hammer's character as well.
Yeah, and then you have Justin Hammer. He's got a lot of tech running around that's off-brand Tony Stark tech.
Even he was even in Ant-Man too. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Mhm.
Oh,
He was-
that's why I forgot it.
His tech was in Luke Cage also.
Yep.
Yeah, tech in Luke Cage.
Yep, that's that bullet.
Not
So
just
I like
bullet, it's the suit that Luke Cage's brother was fighting him with.
Yeah, that not Cottonmouth, the other guy.
Diamondback.
Bush, yeah, there you
Yeah, it was the Diamondback suit that it was absorbing kinetic energy and throwing it back at him. Yeah, that was all.
So I like my superheroes the same way I like my poo.
What?
I like my superheroes the same
It
way I
says
like my
P.O.
porn. It's PORN.
Oh, it didn't
Porn.
fit.
Yeah,
it don't fit.
PO dot dot dot.
Gotcha.
Oh,
like.
Well, I'm glad
I
you
like my
actually did the
superheroes
dot, dot, dot.
the same way I like my porn.
And how is that?
With color. Next.
Anyway,
glory holes.
Tony, what you thought, man?
I'm cool. I'm cool with all of the particular Iron War story. I mean, Ironmonger, Whiplash, Crimson Dynamo, the Mandarin. There's a lot of people in general that kind of like fit into the whole mix. I mean, a lot of them have fizzled out as well. But is it too late for from where they're going next in their whole entourage? And I
No.
feel like is it not?
It gives you the perfect segue into before we get really into super cosmic, all this crap, because it gets you another series that's still a little more grounded that you
That's
can
correct.
before we go super high, because this
Well, I
is
mean,
basically
even in
going to
Thor:
be
Love and
him.
Thunder, they did give you Eternity.
But this is a grounded that comes after everything else. This comes even after Avengers.
This is his way of repaying Tony. This is his penance, you know what I'm saying, for not being there, not being able to help you. You know, I'm going to save your honor, keep everybody from, getting the bad part, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go do this. So that's that love, that grounded part, the humanity part that we've been missing lately, because everything has been cosmic this, cosmic that. Captain Marvel comes down fighting, all these people. We've been missing some of that. Besides the death, this is something that doesn't involve the death and can still tug at the heartstrings and stuff. So
Yeah, and you can kind of see it as, Rhodey kind of picking up where Iron Man left off, because if you remember in the first Iron Man, the whole reason he became Iron Man was to get rid of Stark Tech in the hands of villains. They had bombs and missiles that were made by Stark Industries, and he made it his mission to get rid of those. So now Rhodey is making it his mission to get rid of all the Stark Tech that is Iron Man related and getting that out of the hands of villains.
Can we talk about for a second how Iron Man is the absolute worst, and even after he's gone, people are still picking up his pieces?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he
extremely
reverberated
flawed.
throughout the universe for years and years and years. But
Steve is right, man. Steve was right.
Iron Man was right. Iron Man was right at the end of the day.
Steve was right.
Was not Thanos the type of person that we needed something to protect us all the way across the globe? He saw.
Yeah,
he had the foresight. He had the foresight.
But the thing is, though, if they never separated, they might have beat him a lot sooner.
And why they separate?
No, you're on two different sides of the wheel too. Do you
That was the whole
agree
Civil
with
War thing.
Thanos? Do you agree with Thanos in a snap decision? Snap decision in order to ruin half the population.
No, I mean, I think
Are
the
you on
population.
the other side of the card? Where you're wiping out half of the population, and it's your loved ones and family, and are you on the shitty side or the good side of that flipped card? And
No.
and unfortunately, there are good sides and bad sides to every story.
Well, see, Tony is a hypocrite, though.
Super
Because
hypocrite.
If you remember in the second, was it the second or third one? Where, Don Cheadle came in the second one, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
so
He's talking
when
in
he
the
was
courtroom.
talking, now, when he was talking in the courtroom, he said, and he was proud of the fact that he privatized world peace, right? So in Civil War, he turns his he turns the other direction and says, you know, we shouldn't be given this power. You know, the government or, you know, world governments should be able to tell us when and where to use it.
That's his guilt because he made a murder bot that dropped the country and destroyed the country and killed half its population. That's guilt. And then he signed the freaking accords after telling the team, "Hey guys, we need to be put in check, even though this is my shit."
Yeah, JB is very passionate about the accords.
Wait,
All right,
so multiple people needed to be put in check and put in that position. You literally have a witch that has reality altering powers. What are you talking about? You literally have a god who's just walking around just that can destroy something if he gets mad, if he just has a bad day. So the only things that could stop that potentially is Tony's tech.
That's crazy. It's crazy you mentioned the witch because how'd she get there? What was the start of her origin story?
Ultron.
Stark Tech.
You mean the Ultron that if it hadn't been there would have stopped?
You mean the
the Stark bomb? The Stark bomb that dropped into their house and killed their parents.
Yeah,
she would have been radicalizing with Hydra if that wasn't the case.
Yeah. So if
The
Tony
fake story that
if Tony
they use.
doesn't, so if Tony doesn't go up into the sky to do what he does, and everybody takes over, what happens then?
I think. Well, see, EJ, I don't think I think he's just trying to say is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, JB. I think what he's actually putting in place is that, people tend to revert what they originally had a vision for because of pain, and because he had guilt, that type of pain, he wanted to flip his coin and say, hey, we need control of what we're doing, right? And so I think that's what he's putting it. I don't think he regret doing anything he did except for, you know, what he did in Moscow or wherever it actually was. I think that's the only part he regret, but everything else, I don't think he had.
Yeah, Tony regretted what he did because he himself was the start of everything else. He needed to be put in check, not everyone else.
That's correct.
Exactly. That's the point. That's why he's a massive hypocrite. He flipped.
He saw what he did and he wanted to project his control onto everyone else.
That's
correct. And then he signed the accords before telling the team about it. What's the point of the meeting? You already did it. You already signed. You already crossed the picket line before we had a chance to talk about it. This is on you.
I mean, he really feels like he basically has control of the entire team because he bankrolls the entire Avengers, initiative.
Of course he does.
That's why he had a problem when they were in Avenger Age of Ultron. Oh, Cap's the leader. I just bankroll everything, right?
Yeah,
obviously, right.
But you gotta agree with the fact that Cap was saying, what if there's a time when we're needed and they won't let us go?
Yeah,
then you gotta do what you gotta do.
Glenn, we gotta play that video. Let's play that video that
you just took the words right out of my mouth there, sir. Appreciate it. But one thing I actually want to say though is that Don Cheadle says that Rhodey's going to be a completely different character in Armor Wars. He's not going to be the same character that we know today. So
Terrence Howard's coming back in.
All right, so this is Secret Invasions, right?
Hey, mine.
Next time, mine.
Oh my.
By the way, super excited about this.
What's this?
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. But I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Sherbatsky.
Yeah, well, this is different. How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we're gonna be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
Like Will Smith says, like
Okay, so the trailer for Secret of
himself. That's how you drive. If you ever drive a car again, that's how you drive. That was actually a pretty good damn trailer. Anyways, Tony, since you you actually super excited about the trailer, nobody got my Bad Boy reference.
I got it.
Come on, man. Come
That's
on.
how you drive. We just didn't want to address it.
Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, Tony, go ahead, man.
No, I thought that was a pretty solid trailer. You know, it gives you a little bit of direction, gives you a little bit of misdirection as well. Tells you that there are shapeshifters. You know, I mean,
The crowd went.
Go ahead, Tony. The crowd went.
The crowd went. Crowd went something. The crowd went really crazy for this this whole trailer. So,
JB?
I think in general it gives you a lot without giving you a lot. So I mean that's great trailer. Information without information.
I love how it's a mystery. Like it's like a super spy type thing. I
a lot
love
of
that.
speculation.
Like James Bond type stuff. Go ahead, JB.
Oh man, that was hype. That was far and away the best damn trailer we watched tonight. It's not even close.
Yeah.
If we don't get Amelia Clark to say something about Dracarys, then what are we really doing? But not for real though. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to see how this plays out. Especially we got Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, it's got to be good if he's in there, right? It's got to be, right?
Oh yeah.
So because of that, and because of him, and because Secret Invasion was such a good storyline in comic books, I know they're going to water it down like a bitch, but I trust this to be entertaining, and I am looking forward to seeing it.
That means Tony and JB are going to watch it. Josh, what you think, brother?
I think it was very interesting because, you know, like everybody here, I know the story behind Secret Invasion and what it all entails. And, you know, what I've gathered from this, you know, you got the DODC involved, you got Rhodey in there, and, you know, a couple of the people peppered throughout. It kind of looks to me like since you have Talos in there, and Talos kind of feels like he's still on Fury's side, I'm kind of getting this image in my mind like there's a rogue faction within the what are they called? The Skrulls?
Yeah.
They're trying to take over because Talos doesn't know anything about it, and it looks like they're against him as well.
Interesting. EJ,
Yeah. You know,
no emotions.
Just, you know, there's no way they can do this storyline justice the way that they're doing it. If they were going like a multiple part movie or something like that, I could see this. They would need so much expansion. There's so many things that happened. There's so many people that ended up being Skrulls, you know, just in the comic book lore that, you know, it's just one after another. It was like, damn, they're taking over everything. And it was just like, yo, it got to the point where people were looking at each other crazy. You know, you got best friends, people who've been fighting on the same team for years, like looking at each other like, hey, bro, we can't even do this. Like, you know, you got to stay away from me. And I don't think they will be able to do it justice. I thought this is one of those storylines that's really hard to really do correctly, in my opinion. And like JB said, kind of it's going to be watered down, and that's why I'm like, yeah. Sam Jackson can't save everything because Snake's on the plane and Black Snake moan. And so if I see one snake, I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah, but you also got to figure, you know, where Nick Fury's been this whole time. He's been, on the
Sword.
the Skrull spaceship, working with Sword, right? And
All right.
I mean, they're not gonna be able to do it justice. Just like they really couldn't, do Civil War justice, but they did the best they could, and we got the best possible movie version out of it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna check it out. So moving on to the video here. I'll finish checking this out here, and keep moving.
Nuts when Don Cheadle came on the stage. Obviously, Rhodey, everybody loves him, but he came with not one but two projects, showing off a little bit of Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion, and then giving a little tease, a little taste of Marvel Studios' Armor Wars.
Fury. Jackson get to really be the tour de force that he is and take on his own storyline, and us really get to dig deep into who this character is.
You want to talk about people losing their mind? Yeah, it happened when the cast of Marvel Studios' Loki Season 2 came on stage. Tom Hiddleston, that man knows how to command a room.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Hiddleston, Sophie DiMartino, Mr. Owen Wilson, and introducing into the Loki family, the amazing Ke Huy Quan.
It's such an honor and pleasure to be here, to be back with Loki. And also an enormous pleasure for me to be able to welcome Ke Huy Quan to the cast.
Wait, sorry, I'm so confused right now. Is this not the Indiana Jones panel?
Mr. Jones.
Marvel Studios Echo just finished filming.
Sure,
We
he
had-
was. He was.
He was the little boy. He was the little boy
Short
out
round.
of.
That's
Indiana
cool.
Jones.
Yeah, he was Short Round. He was also Data from the Goonies.
Yep.
He was Data from the Goonies. You're right. All right. So what do you guys think?
The reason why he's coming back into prominence is the last movie that he did. He hasn't
Everything,
acted in
Everywhere,
years.
All at Once.
Yes, and now that
Such a
man
good
played the
movie.
hell out of that movie.
Yes, he did.
I'm talking
What movie
about,
was it?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
It's a multiverse movie. So trust me, watch it. Watch it with an open.
It's got Michelle
take your
Yeoh
time.
from Crouching
It was
Tiger.
better than Doctor Strange by
All
miles.
right, hit me, EJ. Make sure you text me that title or whatever it is. I'll go check it out because I like actually different movies. All right. So anybody has anything you want to add about Loki season 2? We've talked about it. Had conversation. Anybody want to add anything?
Nope.
Excited. I mean, it doesn't really tell us much, but
Season 3.
you're gonna have to see where we go from there because it's also going to show us more of, I guess, more of Kang also, along with the Ant-Man movie.
Shit, they better.
I think it's going to be more of an after effect of what happened since they did not kill Kane, or they did kill Kane. This is going to be an after effect of by killing him. I think we're going to experience that, not necessarily Kang himself.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
I'm kind of wondering, since it's a time-based, a time travel-based TV series, whether or not it takes place in a specific time frame, between movies and stuff like that, or is it just outside of time completely?
Well, it's after he took the Tesseract though. So where is he gonna come out?
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters. So that could change a lot of things.
Well, I mean, the universe he came from was wiped, right? The branch time.
It was changed. Yeah, it was
It
changed.
was pruned. It was pruned.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
A series stars Alakwa Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, and many more on stage. And you can tell how important it is, not only to the creators, but to the fans who are going to experience this themselves.
From the incredible cast of Echo, Alakwa Cox, Devery Jacobs, Cody Lightning,
a lot of cops,
Chasuke Spencer, the incredible Graham Greene, and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh my gosh. What a journey this has been. This is only my second role I've ever had. And now I've become a lead. It's just so crazy to me.
All of us growing up on our reservations, on our reserves, wishing to see Indigenous superheroes, to get to work with somebody as special and as important as Alakwa, and like she said, like our co-stars, has just been unbelievable, and is one that I'm so grateful for, and also to all of the deaf community and deaf interpreters and people who were a part of making this project.
It's a whole different world, and I'm really excited for people in the audience to see this world
And also
That's
see
her
Loki
uncle, ain't
Cox. I don't think you guys realize how she has some amazing screen presence.
To be with another actor that has the kind of talent that she does, where we're just one-on-one with each other, full on, it was just extraordinary.
After that was just a little bit.
So, anybody has anything they want to add about that? About Echo and the descriptions of what's going on?
Echo.
Well, I'm interested in watching Echo, but more so for what's going to go on between Kingpin and Daredevil.
Oh,
that was her uncle there, right? That we saw.
I'm not sure. Did she have an uncle in the? No, her uncle was Kingpin in the show.
No,
Come on, bro.
No, they weren't related by
Come on, bro.
Oh
wow. The answer to that question is.
So sound, okay, sound, brother. What did are you excited about Echo?
Who?
All right. JB says who, so he's not excited about it.
I
Tony,
mean, yeah, I'm excited about it. You said Sal, my brother. What? Did I miss something?
Reed is,
I thought he was sound brother. Like,
what sound does she make in bed? Wow.
Yeah, that's why I call him the sound brother. Tony, you got anything?
I love me some Vincent D'Onofrio, man. He's a superb actor. I love him in almost everything that he's done.
He's amazing.
He's got a great range, and that's the thing. I think he brings some great actor portrayal, especially for the Kingpin role. And I think it was played to a T. It's just it's a great role for him.
Yeah, if you've never watched The Cell, he is an amazing actor. But I will say
he is so amazing.
Hey, yo, Glenn.
Yeah.
So I did actually have done 2 Death Women, and they do make those type of sounds for real, though.
Get out of here.
Anyways, moving on.
I was going to say one more thing.
Marvel Studios Daredevil Born Again, and the crowd lost it, especially when Charlie Cox came out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Cox, Daredevil Born Again, coming to Disney Plus.
I mean, it's emotional. It's really, really emotional. It's what an odd feeling to have been in some ways been doing this for a while, and yet we're starting again.
Of course, we have a Captain America in the MCU.
Okay, so kind of going back, reference to what he's actually saying. So Born Again is going to be a completely different story. They're not combining the two together. It's going to be a completely reboot. That is what Born Again is all going to be about. So Tony, what do you think about them saying it's going to be officially saying it's going to be a reboot for Born Again?
I don't know about a reboot per se. I thought they said it was going to be a continuation of the story and not a reboot.
Nope. Charlie Cox did actually an interview with Variety, and he said this is going to be completely reboot, like they're rebooting everything. This is not a season. This is not a season. They're saying that this is not a season 4, right? Yeah. This is a season 1 under Disney's brand, right?
No. I get that. I think as long as they could bring the same type of character, I like the fact that they kept the actor, and they've kept the writers as well from the show. I think they'll keep the same tone and presentation along with it as well. So I like the way that they started the show, especially the background of the character and why and what happened, and why he's a Daredevil. But should be interesting. We'll see.
JB?
Charlie Cox is great. So put all the Cox in my face that you want to. Just give me all the Charlie Cox you want. Just the more Cox, the merrier.
Wow.
What did you just say? What did you? Anyways, Josh, what you think, brother?
Well, I don't really subscribe to the idea that it's a complete reboot, because they're using the same actors and they're using the same basis. And I mean, you can kind of rework some things, but all the foundations have been laid in those first 3 seasons of Daredevil.
Of course,
they might not reference the Defenders and all that kind of stuff. They can bring that in later, but this is like first of all, it's a continuation of the Echo TV series. They've already said that. Echo directly leads into Daredevil, but I don't feel like they're going to try to rehash the entire relationship between the Kingpin and Daredevil in the show. It's already going to be there, because like I said, the foundation's already there. They're just moving on from it, upgrading.
Right. So
And one thing I do want to say, with the last part, I forgot to say something else with the last with Echo, is that they were saying that they were looking forward to seeing more native superheroes and stuff like that. We've already had a couple of native superheroes. It's just they haven't been in the bigger movies.
That's true.
Warpath and his brother was it Thunderbird?
Thunderbird, yeah.
Yeah, Warpath and Thunderbird. They weren't exactly executed correctly.
No.
Nah. Warpath got more love in Warpath got love in what was that? X-Men. No, the TV show.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good.
That was Thunderbird. That was Thunderbird.
Thunderbird through Fox.
Yeah.
It was James Proudstar in both.
No, it was John Proudstar in Days of Future Past.
Okay, well, it was John in both.
No, it wasn't.
So who was in the TV show?
In the TV show, it was Thunderbird. In the Days of Future Past, it was his younger brother, Warpath.
Warpath, yeah.
They have similar powers.
They're pretty much the same person.
Yeah, James and John Proudstar are brothers.
Let's show.
All right. So, EJ, you got anything? Other than they're bringing back like you said, they're bringing the Punisher, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones in Born Again, but they're not bringing back.
Yeah,
but they're not bringing back.
As long as that cop is punished by the same person, we're good.
All right, moving on to the video.
Okay, Thunderbird and Marvel Studios' Captain America: New World Order coming to theaters. So much about that is going to be awesome, especially because it's bringing back Isaiah Bradley and Samuel Stearns, aka the Leader.
And now he's coming to the big screen in our upcoming film, Captain America: New World Order. Please welcome to the stage our director, Julius Anna, Captain America himself, Mr. Anthony Mackie. From the show, we have Danny Ramirez. We have the incredible Carl Lumley returning.
This is going to be a wild ride, this movie. It's a great paranoid thriller. And
it's amazing, man. I'm nervous. I'm excited.
Man, I'm glad that you mentioned nerves. I'm so nervous right now because of just how what it means to be able to work with this amazing cast and with Julius and to obviously work under you again.
Being here is just stunning because sometimes, you don't know what to ask for, and then sometimes something is handed to you, and when it is, you think, well, that's wonderful. That probably won't happen again. And now here we are. So I look forward very much to seeing where this is going.
Marvel is part of cinema history, and that I get to be a part of that is an absolute honor.
And while Kevin said that there's no Avengers in the world of Marvel Studios' Captain America: New World Order, there is a superhero team.
All right, so let's kind of break this down a little bit, right?
He's confirmed.
One of the shocking things that came out of this for me was the fact to get a chance to see the Leader and get a chance to see Bradley, right, come back, right? And I thought that storyline was actually kind of done, but having him come back, what does that do? So, big question.
Isaiah Bradley's not done.
Yeah, Isaiah Bradley's not done. The biggest question I have for you guys is, who's excited about the Leader and what does Captain America: New World Order look like for you? EJ, what you think, brother?
Shout out to Mantis. Just to let y'all know.
Mantis.
Yeah, shout out to Mantis. Y'all remember that show used to come on Fox?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think like Cliff Clemente, but Mantis, that show,
That took me into a whole new realm, man, watching that show, man, back then, man.
That was him?
Yes, that's him.
Yeah.
Rich
Wow.
Carl.
I
He's
was
been
so
old for a
young.
long time. He's been old for a long time.
Oh.
But
that show was on Fox back in the day, wasn't it?
Yep,
It canceled after one season.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty similar to Nightman, which is basically the same thing. But it was
Better than Nightman.
The guy that drove the Prowler.
Yeah.
Nightman was a dude in a wheelchair. He built like a suit that made him fly and everything.
Okay, yeah. It's the same thing, exactly.
Yeah.
So so first of all, Leader, I'm a fan of the leader. Out of all of the gamma radiated people, you know what I'm saying? I like that going with the brains instead of the brawn. So him being confirmed is one of those hype moments for me. So I would definitely love to see how they piece all this together. I am not a fan of Anthony Mackie as Captain America for multiple reasons. Yeah. Nah.
All right.
So I will get off my high horse and I can see the floor.
All right. So JB, go ahead.
All right. First of all, I stand with EJ. He is not my Captain America. He is a Saints fan, so it's automatically fuck him.
Oh no.
Always related to football. Okay, keep going.
I mean, he's from NOLA. I mean, come on.
So don't care. Hate them poodats. Anyway, the leader is also one of my favorite gamma radiated villains. I think it was a missed opportunity that he hasn't been involved to this point, that he was just regulated to a comic and just a comic put away for all this time. So that's cool. But what I really want to know is what are they gonna do about that white girl? That's what I want to know.
Sharon Carter. Yeah, is she really gonna be in there or not? Because they should have had her on stage, right?
Yeah, because they kind of set her up to be like the big bad, and it's like, man, first of all, Steve would never have allowed this.
Now this is a really good moment that the leader could be the person in charge of the power brokers.
Could be.
He could.
Well, the power broker is just one person,
right?
The power broker.
I thought it was like a whole syndicate,
it was just one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the leader can use it to create a group.
Also, Josh, quick sidebar. John Proudstar was in both The Gifted and Days of Future Past. That was the same character. Just looked it up.
Because the younger brother took on Thunderbird for a little while and then became Warpath.
All right. So Tony, what you think, brother?
I think Isaiah Bradley should definitely get his own spinoff.
Oh,
anybody disagree with that? Anybody
disagree? It's got to be
about the past. Phenomenal story, by the way.
It's got to be in the past, though. You can't do a present story with him.
That's correct.
No. Yeah, definitely not a present story. I mean, definitely a past story. What they did for him, why he did it. What he had to do in order to. It's a very racially biased, like Captain America story, and I think he deserves a little more, a little more
respect on his name.
More respect on his name than, just being a black Captain America who was just put in
you mean like Falcon
situations.
You mean like Falcon?
You
mean like Falcon? He's just basically. Never mind. Yeah.
We do get Falcon back too.
This is what I have to say to that.
Well, you're going to get Falcon and then New Falcon.
about the Bradley spinoff. It's I don't like having to repeat the trauma of what he's been through. They touched on it, and I think sometimes some things should just be touched on. Not going deep. I don't like watching the movies like 12 Years a Slave and things like that because for certain reasons. So sure. I would say for me personally, it would be a no, but I do see the sentiment and see the value in it. But I would
not
stay
that
away
it's ever
from
going to happen, but I mean, it just a look at it, and even in comparison to like the Agatha Harkness. Or, not necessarily even Echo, but, I could see that being a better background story, especially for that character.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is this supposed to be taking place in like the Korean War?
World War.
Right around there.
Vietnam War, wasn't it?
Vietnam.
Sure.
It was all right
it
around there.
was either the Korean or the Vietnam War. One of those.
So, Josh, it's on you, brother. What you think?
I mean, I kind of see where EJ's coming from, but the thing about it is like if you're well educated in those histories and stuff like that, that's one thing, of having a personal view of not wanting to see it again. Just like, having Holocaust movies and stuff like that. but you also have a large group of people that, if they didn't watch movies like this, they would have never known about these atrocities that happen. You know, so it's in part educational to people that are not privy to this kind of thing. And also, I want to counter to JB. Also, want to counter to JB's counter. In The Gifted, it was John Proudstar. In X-Men: Days of Future Past, it was James. I just looked it up again. Yeah.
In your
All right. So, Sam Wilson playing Captain America, I'm cool with that. I have no problems with that. The leader, yes, and then having Falcon, yes.
One thing. Who is the Latino guy?
Falcon.
Okay,
he's going to be the new Falcon, but
remember when he told him he could keep the wings?
Okay, so he was his partner. That was
second in command.
Yeah.
He was handling the tech for him in Falcon and Soldier.
In the comics, he had actual wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like a mutate or something like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he took on the whole alien form.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
The Thunderbolts, and they were here.
Not a group, perhaps as lofty as the Avengers, but there is a group, and they're called the Thunderbolts. And they are a ragtag bunch, and I want you to meet them. Starting with our director, Mr. Jake Schreier. I also want you to say hi to Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who's playing Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. We've got the return of David Harbour as the Red Guardian from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hannah John Common as Ghost. Wyatt Russell is back as John Walton, a.k.a. U.S. Agent, also joining the Thunderbolts. Sebastian Stan. James Bucky Barnes.
I love this team. I love the Marvel Universe. Well, listen,
Horrible team.
These are my kinds of people,
Wrapping up the Marvel Studios showcase at D23 Expo, we had Marvel Studios The Marvel seeing Carol, Kamala, and Monica on the stage.
Yeah. All right. So so they missed some things on that. So you're going to get Red Guardian, Ghost, Sebastian, Valentine, the new Scarlet Witch, and then you also going to get
Black Widow. The new Black Widow.
The new Black Widow. New Black Widow, and you're also going to get Taskmaster. Right? They're all included with the Thunderbolts. Right? So
not my Taskmaster.
Not mine either. Right? So JB, what do you think? Actually, no, Josh. What do you think about the Thunderbolt group, the Ragtag group now?
First things first. Why so many Captain America knockoffs?
Thank you.
You got at least three different.
Four.
Where's the fourth one?
Red Guardian.
Huh?
Taskmaster.
Oh, Close enough. So you got
fighters who use shields.
Yeah, you got four super soldiers.
Yeah.
Can Taskmaster die in this?
No, she ran off with the. Oh, you talking about in this next one?
Yeah, can she die?
I hope so they can bring Tony Masters into this.
Please.
The only person that has powers different is the one I hate the most, and that's Ghost.
Yeah.
And they're not even that good.
I mean,
intangibility.
I thought the Thunderbolts were supposed to be like a darker version of the Avengers. Whatever happened to that?
Yeah,
I mean they're emotionally darker, right? They're emotionally darker.
I thought Thunderbolts was already.
Moonstone. You're supposed to have like Moonstone. She's like similar to Captain Marvel a little bit, but not quite.
Yeah.
Y'all know who she is. You're supposed to have like your Thunderbolt Ross in there. That's your Hulk guy. You're supposed to have some type of energy projector, somebody else that's in there, maybe an Electro, maybe something like that. Like come on, man.
They ain't even got no Archer. They got no Archer whatsoever.
Supposed to Swordsman or anybody like that.
They could have brought in Bullseye.
Yeah.
They got no powerhouse.
Yeah. See, Bullseye's still alive. He has an adamantium.
Yeah. So what happens to Abomination?
Yeah, I mean, Abomination is in She-Hulk. That's kind of tied up right now, but
not really. That could be part of his community service.
Yep. And what happened to Bear Zemo?
Zemo's in it, yeah.
but they don't have neither one of those people. So you guys have a problem with that? So first, Josh, what do you think about the group under the Captain America? You said that. What else you have on that?
What they have so far as the lineup is kind of subpar to me. You know, unless they're going to do like a Task Force X, you know, Suicide Squad type thing, and every time one of the Captain America guys ends up dead, they bring in another, you know, super soldier copy. So let's say, you know, Red Guardian dies on a mission, then they bring in a U.S. agent. U.S. agent dies on a mission, then they, you know, bring in Bucky. Something like that.
EJ?
Or maybe they get captured. I don't know.
Look, all I know is I like big butts, and I cannot lie. So you like, what do they have to do with it? Exactly. What does half of these people have to do with the team? Like, it's just some random people they threw together that are stuck on different things. It's like, hey, we brought them in the world before. We don't know what to do with them. Let's just throw them all here. It's not a cohesive team that can do anything besides street level espionage. So that's what that team is going to have to be, because they're all espionage levels. So we already are getting that with Secret, but now I think they're doing too many of these type stuff. Now we have Secret Invasion that they've lowered down to more of a street level. You have this now street level, Echo street level, something else. So
right.
I mean, at this point, you're going to be able to have the Defenders go up against these teams and win.
Yeah. Luke Cage one-on-one them.
Yeah.
What do we want?
Beat all of them. EJ. I mean, I'm sorry, not EJ. Tony, what you think?
Yeah. I mean, the same thing that everybody else has pretty much said. You know,
JB?
I kind of feel like this lineup is kind of exciting on paper when you first initially like, oh my God, we're going to Thunderbolts. Then you think about it, and it's like, wait a minute. You break it down, and yeah, this team was just kind of just slapped together, and we're supposed to buy it. And the one thing that the Avengers, and we've already touched on this, is that everybody brought something different with the Avengers. Everybody brought some sort of trauma or bought some sort of past or some sort of thing they want to like do better for, or for lack of a better term, avenge. And this team, everybody comes from the same thing. We all on some bullshit. And now we here.
I will say this. I am interested to see Red Guardian Shield, because we've only actually seen it in the animated shows.
That's true too.
And in toy form. It was he had a toy of himself in the prison that had the shield, and then it was in the animated show.
It sure did. Sure did. I mean, listen, you know, I know everybody's going to watch it because they want to be part of the Marvel thing. I just think it's shortchanged. Like I have to admit, it's shortchanged on that one. So one last part of this video, and then we're going to wrap this show right on up.
Together, amazing.
Director of the Marvels, Nia DaCosta, Kamala Khan herself, Miss Marvel, Iman Vellani from WandaVision, Monica Rambeau, Tiana Paris, and your Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Miss Brie Larson.
Yeah, she is, and it should have been
and Iman,
me.
is this the first time you've been in front of
She is, and it should have been
7,500
me.
fans?
Yeah.
It's been amazing. You know, Monica got a little bit of powers or something. So we're going to see how those pop off in the Marvels. Very excited.
I had such an amazing time with these beautiful women, inside and out. I learned so much, and it was really nice to have a team. I had a team.
Finally being part of a universe I've loved since I was a kid is accosting you every time I see you and pitching you 17 movies. So thank you
That
for
is
letting
true.
me do that. Thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
y'all, so many cool things coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Check it all out on Disney Plus and in theaters. For all your updates, go to marvel.com. Stay excited.
Who is that tall, beautiful queen supposed to be?
The director.
That's the director.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
All right. So does anybody have anything that? So okay. So I know we said we actually
Is
about to go.
is that the same chick from WandaVision?
Yeah.
Yes, Tiana Paris.
She looks different.
She's pregnant. She was a child.
She's pregnant, and you know she's made up differently.
She don't have her hair out.
You know,
It's not natural.
If you look at the chick that plays She-Hulk in on the red carpet and stuff like that in the interview, she looks completely different. Different hair.
Oh, yeah, crazy.
blonde,
Yeah, Tatiana.
hair, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Tatiana Maslany.
What I will say is, I'm 33% invested in the show, and then I'm pretty sure you guys can guess which one of the Marvels I care about. So, and I'm indifferent on the kid, and I don't mess with anything about the adults. So, It is what it is.
Hey,
Marquita. Hey, Marquita. Give her a kiss. Stop acting like that.
Give her some smoochies.
Give her a kiss. Give her.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed of it.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
Come on, see. All right, look. One last thing, right, is that we projected that the only thing they did with Fantastic Four is that they talked about the director. They didn't talk about X-Men and didn't talk about Deadpool 3. Is anybody disappointed about that? That's the only thing I need to ask before we go.
I wouldn't say disappointed, but I would rather they take more time with it before they start rushing into things, because it's going to come out as garbage if they, because they're juggling a lot of stuff right now. So if they have too much on their plate, it's just going to turn to mush.
Anybody told them to do that?
And I do have one more thing to say about the Marvel.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know why Iman Vellani looked like she just got out of Aikido class.
Because she probably did. She's 20.
It looks like she was getting personal tutoring from Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She might be. He's hard to kill.
Tony,
I don't know. You throw a hot dog at him, he'll have a heart attack.
No, I got nothing. Same thing with the Marvels. They are all the same character.
JB, you got anything you want to add?
Tiana Paris is pregnant and it shouldn't have been me. Should have
You
been
should
me.
have been pregnant.
All right.
You should have been pregnant.
No, it should have been my bitch. No, I absolutely love her. I like as much as I ragged on Miss Marvel as a TV show. I did like Iman Vellani in it. I feel like these characters kind of vary under director. I feel like Thor with the Russos was like the best Thor, as opposed, and he's just wildly different from anybody else he was under. Same with these other characters. So I want to see how Iman does with a different director, working off Brie Larson and Tiana Paris. And I think Brie Larson, second shot, these kind of characters tend to be 2 or 3 outings before they kind of find themselves with the characters, and it doesn't automatically click for a lot of them. So this is her third time as Captain Marvel. Let's see if it works out.
Yep.
There are rumors. There are rumors circulating right and around. Of course, Brie Larson possibly retiring the character in general too, after this particular movie.
I doubt that happens.
I doubt that very seriously.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
That came from
and then also
rumors,
too,
not
by the
mine.
way, supposedly there's something that's saying that Shuri is going to be a very important role for the MCU now because she becomes Black Panther. So supposedly that's going on too. But anyways, we'll see. But that's the show. Yeah. We've actually spent a lot of time. Want to actually wrap this sucker up because a lot of people actually go to sleep. A lot of people have things to go on tomorrow. EJ, how can they find you, bro?
Hey man, find me on Instagram, EJ Thomas 706. Find me on Facebook, EJ Thomas. Find me. I am your baby mama's favorite podcaster, so you can probably find me at her house too sometimes. So,
wow!
Let me leave
Coming in hot. If they find you, this is not going to be a pleasant visit.
There's 2 things that I always beat, and that's the odds and this dick.
You need to get your Twitter account. You need to go back to Twitter, dude. Josh, how can they find you, bro?
Get yourself an OnlyFans.
You can't find me yet, but you will be able to soon.
All right, JB.
All right, you can find me at JB versus the World, as it's written down on my nameplate there, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can find me on my central hub at jbversustheworld.com. And if you feel like arguing with me, you can hit me up on Twitter at jbvtheworld.com because verse was just too long for Twitter.
All right, Tony.
You can find me at the Pod Guys podcast. Of course, just Google us. We're everywhere. Everywhere.
I ain't got my invite back, Tony. You supposed to invite me back for a second show.
Oh, I've only had one person on for a double show.
Well, it should be 2 down. There you go.
And 3.
I will get there.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.
On the show. I've had everybody on my show.
Appreciate the crew. We will catch you guys next Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the It's All the MCU, where we're going to talk about She-Hulk and the rest of the follow-up of D23. Talk to you guys on the next one. 2 fingers.
D23 stands for 23 inches of dick.
Complete nerve authority.